Hello guys, it's Paula. How are you today? I am here to, hopefully we can get this altered book done. But first I need to tell you guys some things. First of all, you guys know I have a torn hip. The labrum around my hip, plus a few other things going on with my hip. Now, I have to see a specialist for that. And then whatever happens will be determined. But there's some other things I have to have taken care of at the hospital. And so another procedure that I need to get done. And I can't really discuss it. You know, it's kind of a personal thing. And so I just want to let you guys know that there'll be a time that I'm not on my channel for a week. Now my first surgery is on Monday, the 12th of August. So it just kind of happened suddenly. There became an opening. It was going to be September, but I was able to get it done earlier. And so I just want you guys to know that I want you to stick it out or wait on me to get back. Don't go somewhere else. And click the little bell by subscribe under the video, and it will notify you every time I put a video up. This procedure is going to allow me to use my hands and all that kind of stuff. So just give me a week, maybe less, to kind of recover, and then I will be back on here and recover for 4 to 6 weeks. So, and hopefully during that time, if I'm able, I'm going to try to get caught up on a few videos so that when the next procedure comes on my hip, I'll be ready. I'll be a new person after these 2 procedures are over. I'm going to be ready to rock and roll. I know that sounds goofy, right? And keep my daughter in your thoughts. On Friday, her show starts on August the 9th. And of course she's anxious and excited, and I'm anxious and excited for her as a mom. And you know, you always think, oh my goodness, nothing can go wrong. You know, she's got so many people out there pulling for her, people from all over that she hasn't seen in a long time are coming one of the nights to see her come back onto the stage after almost 20 years. So here we go. Let's get started on this book. We're real close. We have one, let's see how many layouts. 2, 3, 4. Let me see here. 5. I mean, we're getting, and we probably have less than 8. I'm going to say less than 8. It's probably more like less than 6 or 7. So let's get started. Now this is these papers are digitals that I've worked on. Now this is not the actual digital. This is like a proof. Okay, and it's not going to look exactly like this, but very much in this family, okay? There's going to be, I believe there's 3 different ones total, but one of them will be in there, 3 or 4 in this kit. So, I made these a while back, haven't had a chance with all the chaotic stuff been going on in our house that I could get them out. So they will not look identical to these, but they are the same color scheme. They are the same style. Okay, I just picked out the better of all of them. Okay, so I thought we could use these in this book today so that whoever gets this will also get to see my digital or something similar to my digital. So I thought we'd go with blue on the inside here, and I thought this would be pretty here, and then maybe we can do some flowers or whatever. I'm going to get a pencil. We're going to mark where we want it to start and stop. Now, I'm using these little pinking shears that I got from Fiskar. They're just little cheap $3 cutters, scissors. And I thought it'd be fun to just give them that little bit of a zigzag look. Now, mind you, it's these little scissors. You know, it has the little zigzag on them. And they're cheap, and they're not that great, but we're using them, okay? So, I'm going to cut this straight up. I also want to let you know that the Brown Windows book is done. I have not had a chance to photograph it. Well, I did photograph some, but I haven't had a chance to do anything as far as the flip through goes. And it may not be put in my Etsy shop until after my first surgery. Okay, so we're going to go just like this. I think these digitals that I did turned out so awesome. I love them. And I hope you feel the same way. I decided I want these dark ones at the top. So there's the first page. Now, as you can see right here, what I did was I took 2 pages and I went ahead and glued it because I was trying to get some things. I was trying to get a number as to how close we were. I went ahead and glued this first one together since we were going to do it. And it's a pocket. See right here? I took a page from this side and a page from this side, folded them in, glued them on the ends, and punched a circle. So we'll have a small pocket in between. So it's actually going to be a pocket with several different elements. Okay, so here is this side. I'm going to do this side in the blue as well, since I happen to have enough to do that. I'm going to line it up because I don't want it to get down in the valley. Okay, and then I'm going to mark it here. And I'm going to find the top up here so I can make sure I get it in the right spot. All right, so I'm going to cut this one out. This is going to be, I think this is going to look really fun. Now, I'm not worried about perfection. You know, I'm just cutting from one point of a line to another point of a line. And that way, we can be close. That's the fun thing about collaging. It doesn't matter. Listen, we're going to do another book like this sometime. Not for a while, of course, but at some point, we're going to do this book similar to this book again. Now, I will tell you, and I'm going to stop and tell you this right now. Whoever decides they want this book, I'm going to decorate the outside of the book after I get the inside done. I'm going to do this here. But I do need to let you know that I had never altered a book before. This is the first one. I do have a lot of money in this, but I am going to discount it. Maybe it will probably be like 90. Probably 95 or 98. Because listen, you see all these pages? All of this was paper I purchased digitally. The majority of it, okay? Well, all of it except the ones that I made. You know. Oh, and I didn't show you. When I was working on the ephemera for the page we did this last page right here that we all loved. This was the last one, and it was My Porch Prints paper. Just so if you like the birds. And we did this great little Paris tuck in here. And you notice this lace right here. Well, I didn't add the lace for this. I got over here And you know, I told you anytime we needed to put lace in the spine, we would. And I just decided in order to strengthen this, I would. And I wanted to use like this wedding picture. I thought it'd be fun to do a love page. And so I couldn't sleep the other night, so I just stayed up, covered it in this blue, which we haven't done a bunch of blue, but we are today again. So I just made it into a pink or blue and pink, decided to add lace around it, make it look real Victorian and different. And so I decided to add lace that faced in. Let me bring it up and show you. Lace that faced in and lace that faced out. See right there? And it will face out on both sides. It's the bride and the groom. And it was very simple, but I couldn't sleep. It took me 2 hours to do this. I know. I spent 2 hours doing it, I'll put it that way. Okay, so now we're back over here. So just so you know, if you decide to buy this book, what I was going to tell you, I need to finish that. I have a tendency to go off on other things. I want you to see the spine. See how it goes like this? There's no way to fix that. And I personally would not let it bother me because I love this book. If I were not to sell it, that would be fine with me because I have fell in love with this book. And it has a lot of my favorite digitals in it. And I've made tons of ephemera for it. So this book, when finished, will probably go for $98. I have one person that has asked to be considered. So one person on the list, and she will be the first person to have a chance to purchase this. I'm going to add some old doily around here. This will not even probably be that noticeable, but I just need you to know that it's an altered book, and when you start messing with the spine of any book and changing things and tearing pages out and all that, you get a gap, okay? So it's not tearing or anything like that. It's going to hold together. Now, how long the pages hold together, I don't know. I've never made one. But they all seem very, very secure. Okay, and if I think for 1 second something doesn't look secure, I go in, and it's just, even if I'm not sure, and I add lace, or I add fabric. You know, this book was an experiment inspired by Gail, and so it was the first one I did, and now I know why she's done many. It is fun. I don't care if the spine's not perfect. It's a personal book, and it's a personal thing. So yeah, this book is stunning, and I love it. So whoever ends up with it, in my opinion, would be very lucky. And I'm just kind of flipping through. I'm just going to do a real super fast flip through. How's that? You ready? Here we go. I'm not pulling stuff out, but I will tell you every pocket will have something in it. Okay. I said I'm not pulling stuff out. I'm not pulling stuff out. Got this here. It's cute. I'm not going to talk about them. I'm just going to flip. Okay. I should have dated them all, but it doesn't matter. It's all book page covered in different digital kits. This one has a lot. This one has 4 pockets, or 3 pockets. And then it has some between pockets. I just did all kinds of stuff in here. I had lots of fun. Now, this is my sister page. I pretended that this was 3 sisters. I've told you guys this before. This is the family before the sisters started growing, and then this is the sisters on a cruise when they were older. Sister are 3 best friends. Either one. And then here is another pocket right there. It has a collage in it. Goes right here behind one of my digitals. I love this page. I have some favorites. This is one of them. That's pretty too. This is one of them. This is one of my very favorites. This is my absolute favorite right here. I just buried all these in the woods, and I love it. I love how it turned out. This is my digitals. So if you haven't been over to see my digitals, I'd love it if you could. I love this one too, you guys. It had birds on the page, and I added birds. So that made it lots of fun. And here's just a pretty page. I put a reef on and a label, and then it's also one of those that's in the middle. I put a journaling tag there and a pocket here. Yeah, this is another really cute one. Also has a pocket right here. If someone wants, you know, I do have a picture that goes in here. Okay, and as we continue, I mean, it's bulky. This is my digitals also, except for the writing in the background. That is Rachel's from Roxy Creations. Used this yellow paper. I can't remember off the top of my head. Mrs. Cog's image. Mrs. Cog's image. These are as well. And this is Artie Mae's. Okay, I know those for sure. You start learning them, but it's still a lot of digitals to try to figure out each time. Okay, and here's the one with my quilt square and Gail's trim. And then the last one, and then the one I did in the middle of the night, and today. Now we're going to get busy. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put our glue book right here. Get everything out, and the first thing we're going to do is cover the 2 side pages that we cut out. Now, I think instead of going to the paper, I'm going to go to the book and glue first. I'm going to set this like this, so maybe we can see what we're doing here. All right. I think it's faster and easier to do it like this. Now, you know, what I do is I put plenty glue on here, and I will tell you, while purchasing, whoever purchases this book, you need to remember that every now and then an edge will pop up, you know, because it is not, you know, it's put down with glue. It's not like it's going to be completely put down with Fabri-Tac. Although I've used tons of glue. Boy, that went right to the edge on this side. Now see how this is like this? Well, that's okay. Just go back, and when you see something like that, go back with your strong glue stick, which is, I think this one's the strongest, but I'm sure there's other ones out there. And just add glue under there, and if you have a fine tip glue stick, that's even better. Usually down in the spine is where I've noticed it's, you know, it has a tendency to want to pop up a little bit when it dries, and that's okay. Just let me show you what I've done here. I'll show you how I do this. Let's say this book's page has been down for some time. I just take the pin off my glitter glue on my fine tip, and I bring it up, and I just go down under the edges of the paper. Let me make sure you can see this. Okay. I just go under there, and I just put a strong glue. And then usually it doesn't pop up as often. See, like that part's not. I just wanted to show you that because if it does kind of lift the whole length, which sometimes they do, I just have been going back and just gluing them down. And you'll know if it does. It's not that big a deal. I would glue this thing back together 100 times because I just love it. All the journaling, I mean, you can journal on these pages in spots that are available. But the journaling is intended to be on the back of all the different elements put in the book, all the ephemera. Okay, so now we're going to do this other side. What did I do with my paper? Are you kidding me? There it is. Okay, I'm like, where could it go? All right, so now we're going to get our glue stick again. Make sure you have plenty of glue popped up. And see how this starts bending? It does that every now and then. Not much you can do about it. It's where you tear pages out. The main thing is just to have fun with it. Now I'm really trying to coat this page so it stays down. All right, here we go. Looks like this one might go down better than the last one. Yeah, it's not quite as snug as the last one. Yeah, and when you glue it in like we just glued it in, you want to make sure. I'm going to take this off and start over. I went too far on that one side, and I can already tell there's not much glue. I'll have to glue some more once I get it in the right place. Okay. Now I'm just going to go up like this. The book is still wet, but the paper is not. So I'm going to do like this again. Make sure it has plenty on here. And then I'm going to push it down. I try to put it from the spine and push it out. As far as we've gone on this, and I'm still trying to teach you different things. I've probably told you some of the stuff many times. And I apologize if you hate that. But there's people that join on the video, on the become subbies, every day. And so I like, not every day, but as often as possible, I guess. I wish it was every day. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Click the bell and it will take you to my videos when a new one is posted. Okay, now, here we go. And I did it this way so we'd have kind of some cohesive papers. Now, we're going to do the pink on the inside because I just think it's so cute. I love the pink. All right, so I'm going to put this one, I'm going to mark it, so I don't want it too awfully. Cut it this way first, and then I'm thinking, I just kind of eyeball it right there, I don't know if it's going to be exactly like it needs to be. We're going to find out. Okay, so I'm just cutting a straight piece with these scissors because I kind of like that pinking. Pinking shears. Look, I think I cut this too short. Yeah, I did. I'm going to cut another one. I thought it felt like something wasn't quite like I want to see. I got it crooked as all get out. Let me straighten this paper out. Oh, silly. We can toss this little piece. It's not going to help as much. All right. Now, let's try this one more time. Hopefully, this will be enough for both pages. So, I want this side here. And right here and right here. Let's cut the short side off first. Maybe I'll do better doing that. Okay. So I've got my little line right there. Stay straight, Paula. Now let's see what happens. Keep your fingers crossed. That's much better. Okay, I just want to cover the text mostly, see? And I think I'm going to take it this way. That way it kind of looks similar. Okay, now I'm going to bring my book over here this time and put the glue on the paper. Get some glue going up here. I'm going to be painting a little shelf that I bought for my bathroom. I'm just going to paint it solid white, but yeah, after this video, that's what I plan on doing. So I can have it painted and put in my bathroom before I have to have my procedure done. Okay, get it done because I don't know how many coats I'm going to have to put on it. Might have to put several. Okay, so I'm trimming this because there's a little bit hanging over. And that's not a major big deal. Look how pretty. Woohoo! I'm going to put one more right here, and hopefully this one is the right size. Perfect. It's perfect. I got lucky. Didn't have to get another piece out. Okay, so let's ink this up and get it on there. And now we need to think about what do we want to decorate this with. Now, we could bring out doilies and decorate with doilies since I have some doilies on this digital. But I'm thinking let's just do flowers. We don't want to put the same thing on top of the same thing. Does that make sense? It does to me. You know how you can understand yourself better than anything else? Okay, so here we go. We're going to get as close up to the top here so we can cover the text. Take it down into the spine. Really rub this down because this particular one is cardstock. The pink one is. The blue is on copy paper, which when you're doing an altered book, I recommend that you do your digital on copy paper. Otherwise, your book's going to be way too bulky. Now, every now and then is one thing, but all the time is a complete different thing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get our hole punch back out and punch it. I wanted to kind of have a place to line it up. Well, it's still wet, so it may not cut until this dries. Let me try one more time. Yeah, we got to wait till the paper dries, and we'll go back and do that again. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to get out my flowers, and let's see. I say we probably need these two colors, right? Let me grab them. Or we could also put birds. Maybe we can put some of both. I love birds, flowers, butterflies. I got tons of butterflies too. Just felt like the butterflies might, I felt like they might be too much for this. You know, they're too small, and it would really be hard. So I think what we need to do, there's a pink. I think what we need to do is put pink on blue and blue on pink. Ah, it took a genius to know that. Not really. There is not a genius here. Okay, I really like this pink one. I never can find a place for it because it doesn't have leaves. It kind of looks lost. Now, it would look pretty right there, wouldn't it? Maybe with a purple. Not purple, but that's a thought. That's just a thought. Now, honestly, we could put any color. I mean, you know. But I think kind of keeping with this color scheme is a better thing. You don't find a lot of blue flowers. They're really closer to purple or lavender when you are looking for those colors. I mean, I do have a few small little blue ones. That's really more white. Here's one that is got both color. Well, it's purple and pink. See, you can tell the difference when you start doing it. You can tell the difference. So I'm going to just dig through here and see what we come up with. And yes, the majority of this was fussy cut by me. But some, probably about 25 of them I purchased on Etsy. I don't remember who I purchased them from. But I will tell you that you can just type in cut out fussy cut flowers or fussy cut birds or whatever. Yeah, see now this one here, that's just leaves. Okay. All right, we may take another direction since there's not any blue. We can put pink flowers wherever we would like. Look at this thing. Yizers. Now that's one I paid for. See, you can see the names sticking out there. Some of those are the ones I'm still looking. I'm sorry. We might have to go with a purple if we add a flower. That one would be good if we did. There's another pink. That might work. Come on, blue. Come on, blue. Where are you? Okay, nope. There's purple. Purple, purple, purple. Oh, my word. There's another purple. They just, you know, it's just, unless you have a purple that is so purple it's almost blue, you know. We could look, I'm looking for white as I go too, but I think the white would blend too much. Do you know what I'm saying? And now I'm down into flowers that, you know, I either purchased in ephemera packs or I fussy cut. So I think we're going to go with, I'm looking still. Here's a blue, but it's not even the right blue. Let's see about this. That's not bad. Now that is cartoonish because it came off of some cardstock. But then we could add some cartoon-like flowers as well. So maybe that's what we'll do, and it will look better if everything kind of looks alike, right? I also found earlier, where'd it go? I might see it here in a minute. Let's go ahead and get some pink. I'm thinking pink. Here's this pink also. And then we've got those. I'm looking for more. There's some pink there. I'm just kind of picking different stuff, you know. And see, it cracks me up because honestly, this purple or this blue is really definitely, well, that one doesn't look bad. Not real. Not real. Does that make sense? Okay, so this one's cut off a little bit, but you can put it up against the side. Never throw those away when you fussy cut them. And I love the relaxation that comes along with fussy cutting. As you can see, that's the only blue I have is these. So I'm tossing a few, I'm just tossing a bunch out. and then we'll make a decision. Okay, here we go. Okay, now there was a pink one that I ran into in the top here, and I see it every time, and I'm like, every time I want to use it, but it's not an actual, it's not an actual one either. It's kind of a, now here's a blue and pink, not the right blue though. What did I do with that? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's see. I keep thinking I might just get lucky and it falls right in my lap. There's a white. That would work too if we decided to do that. Okay. Well, here's a blue just found. And it is not a real flower either. So, that's all right. That's all right. Okay, now, I like this too. Okay, now I'm going to set these right here, right beside me on the table next to me. Whoa! Now, we know we can't use all of those, right? Let's see if this is dry now. Let me get it popped out of there so I don't forget. It's thick. And so it's like, I don't know. I may have to cut it out with scissors. There it went. It's because I'm a strong woman. No, I'm not. So I'm gonna ink this center portion real fast. And that way it'll make this part noticeable. I am inking in this book after each page is finished. And all I'm doing is inking around the outside. And I'm throwing some ink on the paper. So I still like that look. I like the look of, you know, of it looking real and not just plopped on there. A little bit of dimension kind of thing. Now, see, it just made a big place right there. And I'm going to cover that up. Hopefully. It doesn't matter because I don't care. I like things that are kind of different. All right, so let's look for some blue to go on here out of this pile we've got going on. Now, we could put, let's see which way's up. That could be a problem figuring that part out. This one is this way up. Now I'm going to lay that there for a minute, but I don't know. I really like this pink. So I'm thinking we'll put this pink here with some blue. I might put it kind of like that, you know, where you have the pink in the background and then kind of cover it up with some floral here at the bottom. We'll see. I'm laying stuff out. First of all, we're laying stuff out. Now, honestly, we need more pink than we do blue because, as you can see, I'm going to put that there because I really like the way that looks. You know, the pink on there. And then I have another one that's completely cut out. We could put over here if we want. This is harder than I thought. You know what? I think we're going to have to just slap them down. Now, here's an actual picture. Cut one. And I don't know that I'm going to use those because... And then here's another one. That's showing all the roots on that one. Okay, so let's put this little one down here first. Let me find my glue stick. Get the stem really good because you want that to stay down, right? All right. Here we go. And I'm going to put this right here. Just like it was meant to be. And I'm putting it at a slant. So it's more noticeable. And then we're going to put some blue right down there. As soon as I find the blue that I want. Now I can just put one, or I can find a couple small ones like I had before. How about this one? Oh yeah, see, that one's kind of cut off, but I feel like it needs a little bit of ink. I should have done that on the other one too, but I didn't think about it. So, sorry. Hope you guys are having a good day. It is blazing hot here. Man, it's going to be in the upper 90s, 98 being the highest a few days, all week long. So from Tuesday to Tuesday, it's in the upper 90s. Half of them are 97, 98, 99, right in there. Not 99. And the rest of them are like mid-90s. It's like 95, 96. Those are cool days. Okay, so here we go. Let's stick this right here. If it hangs over a little bit, you can trim it off. And that's okay. Just make sure you put all the edges, press them down really good. And then you can go back and just trim off what you don't want sticking out. If you don't mind it sticking out, let it stick out. I prefer taking it off, so it looks like it just kind of runs off the page. All right, there we go. I got those inked, so that's a little better. Now, let's do this other center portion. I'm trying to get this ink off of me. It's not that easy. Let's see if I can find another. I kind of like this. Let me see if I've got one that's running off the page. Don't think so. But I think I'm going to kind of just run it up like that. Then you can kind of see this flower. Or, no, I don't like that way. See if this is a smaller one. I feel like it needs to be smaller. Not really. Okay, so I'm going to ink this. I'm going to slap some ink on here. One of the reasons I like my cutouts to have ink around the edges, they don't have to be super neat, just hit it, is the white edges that show the guts of the page. I know some of you have heard that over and over again. Okay. Let's try sticking this one on right here. Kind of making it look like it's leaning up the wall. Now, if you want to, because we have pink over here, if you want to add a pink over here as well, you can. I've got some, you know, that one's big. Don't want that one. I don't guess I have any real small pinks. I've got real light. I don't even think that goes. Okay, so we're just going to stick with that. Now, I want to put something right here to hold this down. How about scissors while we work on this right here? Now, I want pink, 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 and more pink. So let's put a couple. Let's do a couple pinks. Let's run that one a little bit off the page. So much for that, right? Okay. And I'm just going to kind of layer them under each other like that. And maybe, just maybe, I want both sides to kind of be different. We'll just stick one right there. Okay, let's do that. Slap on some ink first. And we'll just glue them down one at a time. That way, we'll ink them, stick them, ink them, stick them. That way we don't forget what we were doing. So funny that people love flowers, and most of the time it's pink. Pink, red are the colors, and sometimes yellow. I think people like a lot of yellow too. I like any of them. Just give me a flower and I'm happy with it. I never really was super crazy about purple or lavender, and just all of a sudden I like it. Don't know why. I'm going to print off, I'll try to remember to print off Tracy Fox's, one of her later ones, and where she has done, I forgot to ink it. Ugh, I'll ink it when I put it down. Paula. Okay, let's just kind of put it over a little bit. I was going to put it under and put the front one as over, but I forgot to put it on there. So we're just up. So you just kind of have to mess the page a little bit, see? And then just kind of rub over it. I like it to look old and vintage. And if you look back on all my pages, you'll notice that I've done that. Okay. Now let's kind of put this one on here somewhere. I know it has kind of long, weird, but I like it. Let's ink it. Don't forget to ink the leaves. Yeah, I like that dirty look. Not just for that, but also for the fact that vintage is not bright and new, right? I'm going to change this paper right after we are... You see what I just did? I just put my glue stick on there upside down. That cracks me up. Some days I just don't know about me. No, really, I don't care. Okay, so let's do like this. And just make it look like it's kind of falling down over that, even though really it should have been up. Most of the time, that's how they are. I was looking to see if I had another one with that big long stem, but I do have a single blue. Do we want to put a blue in there? Nah, I don't like it with blue. So there is that, and then we may go back and add some flowers. I mean birds. I'm gonna wait and see. Okay. Get rid of that one. Put it down here. I like to turn them face to face with the glue so that I can end up getting a little book out of this, or I can cut it in half and use it however I want. That's the game. That's the play. Okay, now I had this one over here. Let's do this one. Get the edges. Okay. Got these same leaves here floating around. Okay, get my glue stick. I know sometimes when you cut things out on a paper, when you're done, you think, I really don't like those. But they do end up being something you can work with. This is an example of that. Because I really wasn't crazy about any of these when I got through. When I got through with cutting them out, I was like, that was a waste of time. Now, as you see here, I'm going to trim this portion off on the bottom left. I just feel like it needed to hang off too. There. Let's add some ink to that. It'll look better. Okay. Now, let's add some here. You want to? We've got this one. We can add that way. Let's do that. ink your flowers. Don't forget, Paula. Now, you can't obviously get down inside those little tiny cracks. Just do the best you can. I'm going to add some glue. I'm losing my book sliding across the table. Okay, let's put some glue on the back of these, and then we'll be done with the flower portion. Okay. Let's see. Let's do it like that. That way the same color doesn't overlap the same color. All right, now this book or this page will need some ephemera. And I'm thinking, let's get that off of there first. Trying to get it trimmed down. Yeah, there we go. Let me hold it up so you can see it close up. Can you tell right there? Let's see how many minutes we have left. I got to stand and see. Oh, we're not going to be able to keep going, guys. So what we'll do is spend the rest of our time just inking what still needs to be inked, which won't take long. And I'll come up with a little ephemera for the middle by the next video. And I've got to get up from here and get busy getting ready for my pre-op visit today. Don't you just love the old pre-op visit? Go in there. Got to do an EKG at my age. Lab work. I'm just dirtying this up a little bit. That's my ideal of inking. I'm just going to dirty this side up a little bit. I'm just kind of smudging it, you know. And yes, I'm not using brushes, so I am getting that smudge look. I'll tell you something else I recommend. I recommend when you make these, you make sure you double the page on the right. This one's doubled and it's still curling, but that will calm down once you do the pages that are around it. So, yeah. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this collage video. I'm going to be doing this to get them all knocked out, hopefully before I'm where I can't. There's no promises, but I'm going to work on it. And yeah, got a little corner right there sticking up, so I'm going to add some glue right here on this very corner. I should have probably just stuck. Okay. Hold that down for a second. All right, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, I would so appreciate you giving me a thumbs up and subscribing if you haven't. Welcome to all the new subbies. And thank you to all my current subbies. Appreciate you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.